Hello! Today I will demonstrate all Procreate features in a very concise but detailed tutorial. You will know all about Procreate in just 30 minutes. Please keep watching and don't forget to like and subscribe. Painting tools, sidebar, and advanced features. Brush, smudge, erase, layers, colors, drag and drop to fill the canvas, brush size, brush opacity. Tap this modify button to bring up an eyedropper. Drag the eyedropper to the color you want to select and watch the color change on the top right. I will show you some intuitive gestures to help you perform quick actions. 2-finger pinch to zoom in and out or rotate. Quick pinch to fit the canvas to the screen. 2-finger tap to undo. 3-finger tap to redo. 3-finger scrub to clear. 3-finger swipe to bring up the cut, copy, paste menu. 4-finger tap for full screen. 4-finger tap again to bring back the tools. Draw and hold to snap your stroke into the closest detected shape. Drag away from the slider to adjust in smaller increments. Pinch 2 layers together to merge. 2-finger tap for layer opacity. Drag on screen to adjust layer opacity. Swipe left for layer quick menu. 2-finger hold to bring up selection. Gallery. Tap the plus sign to create a new canvas. Select one of the existing templates. Swipe left on a template to edit or delete. Tap the small plus sign over here to create a new canvas. You can set dimension and DPI on this tab. Color profile. RGB is best for viewing artworks on screen. CMYK is best for printing. Time-lapse settings. In Canvas properties, you can preset the default background color or set it to transparent. Create. Go back to Gallery. Tap on Select for bold actions, including delete. Pinch on an artwork to preview. Swipe through to view others. Double tap on a preview to open and edit. Swipe left on an artwork to access the quick actions, including delete, share, and duplicate. Drag and drop to rearrange. Tap on the title to rename. My sample. Done. Hold with 2 fingers to rotate. Drag and drop an artwork onto another to put them in a new stack. Drag an artwork onto and drop in the stack to add it. To remove the artwork from the stack, pick it up and tap the stack return button, then drop it back in the gallery. Tap the import button to import artwork from files or photo in your iPad. Next, we'll be looking at colors. This is color dust, primary color and secondary color. Tap anywhere on the dust to select the color. Pinch to zoom. Pinch back. Down here is the default palette. You can change it by going to the Palettes tab and select another default. Next is Classic tab. Again, you can pick the color from up here. Changing the hue, saturation, and brightness. Harmony tab allows you to pick different color schemes based on classic color theory. Complementary mode. Split complementary mode. Analogous mode. Triadic mode. And tetradic mode. In Value tab, you can adjust the exact color by changing the color values, including hue, saturation, brightness, red, green, or blue. Or just enter a hexadecimal color value. In Palette tab, you can set different palette as default, which will show up in different tabs. Tap a color, then tap an empty square to add it to a palette. Delete it by holding and delete. Rearrange the palette by drag and dropping. Tap the plus sign to add new palette. Pick from the existing colors. You can also create a new palette from camera. It's just black for me. Swipe left to delete the palette. You can drag the color panel to anywhere on the canvas. Or close it. Press and hold the color button to switch to the previous color. Drag and drop to fill. Drag the color to the areas you want to fill. Keep holding and drag across canvas to adjust fill level. You can also do color swatch directly from the color palettes. To recolor, select a color, drag it to the flowers. Tap Continue Filling with Recolor. Drag the cursor somewhere else. Change the color to blue. Tap and hold to open color eyedropping. Next is brushes. You can rearrange the brush sets by drag and dropping. Pull down and tap the plus sign to create new brush set. Let's call it Favorites. Tap the plus sign on the right to create new brush using Brush Studio. You can also drag and drop an existing brush to add it to a brush set. Swipe left, delete. Or share a brush. Duplicate a brush. Tap on a brush again to open Brush Studio to edit the brush. Tap on the brush set to open the option menu. Share the brush set. Let's save it on the iPad. Now let's delete the favorite set. Tap the plus sign right here to add brushes. Tap Import. Go to on your iPad where we previously saved the favorites brush set. Now here is the favorites brush set. To open Brush Studio, tap on a brush and tap on it again. Here are the 11 attributes, the settings for each attribute, and the drawing pad to test out the brush stroke. Adjust spacing for how many times your brush stamp along the path. Streamline helps smooth out any wobbles in your line. Turn off jitter to keep every stamp perfectly aligned on the path, and turn shadow up high to create a lot of randomness. For off, create fading along the path. Turn it down for zero fading, and turn it up to create fading as the brush stroke goes on. There are many other attributes you can explore to adjust brush to your liking. Now I'm going to combine the two brushes to create a new brush. Since these are default brushes, first you have to duplicate them before combining. Swipe to the left and duplicate. Select the primary brush and swipe right on the secondary brush. Tap Combine. Click on the Combine brush to edit it. Tap on Combine Mode to select different combine modes. To uncombine the brushes, select the secondary brush, tap on it again and select Uncombine. Layers. Here is the Layers menu button. I'm going to draw on the selected layer. Here's the layer's thumbnail, name, blend mode, and visibility checkbox. Click the plus sign to create a new layer. I'm going to draw this flower on this new layer. Select the blend mode to change how layers are mixed together. The default is N for normal. Other blend modes are multiply, darken, color burn, linear burn, darker color, lighten, screen, color dodge, add, lighter color, overlay, soft light, hard light, vivid light, linear light, pen light, hard mix, difference, exclusion, subtract, divide, hue, saturation, color, luminosity. The very bottom layer is the background color. Tap on it to choose a different background color. You can also turn on visibility to create transparent background. Tap again on the selected layer to access Layer Option menu. Rename to rename the layer. Copy to copy the layer and paste it on a new layer. Fill to fill the entire layer with a flat color. Undo. Clear to clear the entire layer. Undo. Select Alpha Lock to lock the transparency of a layer. Any further drawing will only affect the non-transparent components and leave the transparent area untouched. Mask is similar to Alpha Lock, except that the changes you make will only be on a parent layer, and is in grayscale. This allows you to experiment with color, texture, and effects without permanently changing the current layer. The mask layer can be easily removed by swiping left and delete. Invert, reverse the colors in the layer, replacing it with a complementary color. Reference helps keeping the line art and color fill in separate layers. Select the line art layer and tap Reference. There's a reference label beneath the layer name. Create another layer for colors. Select the color layer and fill with color drop. It will fill into the layer based on the reference layer. Merge down to combine the active layer with the layer right below it. This section will be all about text. To add text, tap on Action, Add Text. You can type or use Apple Pencil to scribble. Double tap the text to invoke the text entry companion. Select a font to invoke the Edit Style panel. This gives you control over font, style, design, and attributes. Design has many options to change size, spacing between individual pairs of letters, tracking, which is the spacing between every letter in a block of text, drawing guides and assistance. Tap the Run button, Action, Canvas, turn on the drawing guide switch. This will activate the default 2D grid. You can change the color of the grid line, thickness, opacity, grid size, the color of the grid line. A different guide modes. Isometric guide is a triangular grid for building 3D shapes. Perspective guide is a star-shaped guide used for building 3D shapes with vanishing points. Symmetry is designed to work with drawing assist to mirror your brush strokes. The symmetry can be vertical, horizontal, across a quadrant, or radially. Procreate has some simple and basic animation features. You can store your animation by drawing in different layers. To turn on Animation Assist, go to Actions, Canvas, and toggle the Animation Assist switch. Each layer is a frame. Tap a frame to jump to it. You can then edit that frame like how you would a layer. The Play Pause button to preview your animation. Tap on any frame twice to bring up the frame options. Drag the whole duration to adjust the number of frames a drawing is shown. You can also duplicate or delete a frame, or add a frame, or drag in a frame to a different position. To create a background frame, select the left small frame and toggle the background switch. A background frame always appears underneath every other frame. There can only be one background frame. Select the rightmost frame and toggle the foreground switch to make it a foreground frame. A foreground frame always appears on top of every other frame, overlapping on frames on the left. There can only be one foreground frame. To adjust the overall animation, go to Settings. Here you can adjust the frame per second between 1 and 60. The onion skin frame setting allows you to adjust the number of surrounding frames to show through. Slide this to 0 to show only the current frame. Slide up to 12 to show 12 surrounding frames. The onion skin opacity adjusts the opacity of the onion skin frames. Drag to 0 and all surrounding frames will be transparent. Toggle this to blend the current frame with surrounding frames. Toggle this to make the current frame stand out more. These settings, loop, ping pong, or one shot, set your animation to repeat in a loop, forward reverse loop, or just one time. You can export your animation to MP4, animated GIF, or animated PNG. Go to Action, Share, Animated GIF. Adjust frame per second and set transparent background. Animated PNG provides better visual quality than animated GIF, but is not yet supported everywhere. You can choose max resolution for best quality or web ready for lower quality but smaller size. The Action menu is a wrench button here. In the Add menu, you can insert the image from file, take a photo and insert it, or insert text. You can slide the Insert option to the left to reveal this Insert Private Layer option. This layer will not show up in your final artwork or time-lapse. Other actions are Cut, Copy, and Paste. Cut and Paste. Copy and Paste. Copy canvas and paste. In the canvas menu, you can adjust your canvas just as crop and resize, you can flip the canvas horizontally or vertically. Toggle the canvas information to view a comprehensive list of information about your artwork, including about this artwork, dimensions, layers, color profile, video settings, and statistics. Another really cool feature is Reference Companion. You can add a floating windows to use as reference. You can drag the windows or resize it. At the bottom of the windows are three options. Reference Canvas will display your working canvas. Reference Image will allow you to use a different image as reference. And Reference Face will show your face using the front camera. Anything on your canvas will be mapped to the face like a face paint. We already went through sharing using the Share menu. In Video tab, you can turn on and off time-lapse recording. You can replace a time-lapse video by tapping the time-lapse replay. Tap Done to exit replaying. The Preference tab lets you customize the Procreate interface. Dark or light mode, left or right hand. Turn on and off brush cursor. Brush cursor off. Brush cursor on. Project canvas will display the canvas on a second display. There are many more options here to customize Procreate to your preference. Lastly, the Help menu, which has different resources and advanced settings. Selections. The selection tools allow you to select part of your artwork and edit the selection without affecting other parts. Tap the Selection tool to bring up the Selection toolbar. In automatic mode, just tap the area you want to select. The selection area will be inverted in color. Hold down your finger and drag left or right to adjust the selection threshold. In freehand mode, you can draw the area to select, or you can tap a route to create polygon selection. You can add or remove selections to group multiple selections together. You can only do this in freehand, rectangle, and ellipse mode, not automatic. To remove a selection, tap the area selected and remove. The area outside of selection will be shaded. Rectangles and ellipses are similar. Invert will select the opposite selection area. Copy and paste, pretty straightforward to copy and paste the selection into a new layer. Color fill to fill the selection with current color. Feather to adjust feathering level for the selection. Save and load let you store your selections and recall them later. Tap the plus sign to save your current selection. Tap a selection in the list to reload the selection. Clear selection. You can change the selection mask visibility by going to Action, Preferences, select the selection mask visibility setting. Transform. The transform menu is the arrow button here. There are 4 different transformation modes to choose from. Freeform. In this mode, you can stretch the object in any way without preserving the original proportion. Uniform. In this mode, the transformation will preserve the original proportion. Distort lets you transform the object into an angle that mimics a 3-dimensional surface. Warp lets you wrap and bend the object. Tap flip to flip your content horizontally or vertically. Rotate button lets you rotate in fixed increment of 45 degrees. Tap Fit to Screen to instantly reassign your objects to fill the canvas. Interpolation lets you select pixel interpolation mode when transforming objects. Adjustment provides effect and filter. Access adjustment through the magic wand. The adjustment options include hue, saturation, and brightness. Hue, saturation, and brightness. Color balance. Curves. Gradient map. For filters, we have Gaussian blur to smooth and soften your image. Motion blur creates the appearance of fast motion. Perspective blur radiates the blur in every direction from the center point. Liquify morphs the pixel to create a warp effect. Halftone create richer color. Clone lets you clone parts of your image to another part. Tap Clone, then drag the disk to where you want the source to be, and paint elsewhere to clone the source. And that was it. Thank you for watching. and don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspirations and tutorials. Goodbye.